What was I have to or it is necessary?
Πρέπει.
Πρέπει. Good. How would you say we have to eat them? And let's talk about neuter them. We have to eat them.
Πρέπει να τα φάμε.
Πρέπει να τα φάμε. And if you meant masculine things?
Πρέπει να τους φάμε.
Very good. Πρέπει να τους φάμε. So τους, the plural of two, works for to them, but also just plain old them for masculine. Πρέπει να τους φάμε. And if we meant feminine things?
Πρέπει να τις φάμε.
Πρέπει να τις φάμε. Very good. So let's say something like, we have to eat them quickly because they will get cold. So, we have to eat them. You can choose the gender.
Okay. Πρέπει να τους φάμε.
Πρέπει να τους φάμε. Quickly is γρήγορα.
Γρήγορα.
Good. So we have the R sound with both of those G's there. Γρήγορα, γρήγορα. And you may be familiar with the name Gregory or Grigoris in Greek. This is related to the meanings of like wakefulness and speed and quickness. So we have γρήγορα, quickly. So we have to eat them quickly.
Πρέπει να τους φάμε γρήγορα.
Very good. Πρέπει να τους φάμε γρήγορα because we could have for what?
Γιατί.
Γιατί we could use for what, which is most common like why. We could also use επειδή for because, επειδή.
Επειδή.
They will get cold. Do you remember the word for cold?
Κρύο.
Κρύο. Very good. Κρύο. And do you remember how we turn this into a verb to get cold?
Κρυώνω.
Κρυώνω. Very good. Κρυώνω. So now we can say they will get cold.
Θα κρυώνουν.
That means they will be getting cold. Then we might use this in some contexts. But here, I think if we are saying, let's eat them quickly, they will get cold. It's more like a closed element of time that you're referring to, no? That thing you don't want to happen, that they get cold.
Θα κρυώσουν.
Θα κρυώσουν. Very good. We have the N to S there for the closed version. Πρέπει να τους φάμε, τα φάμε, τις φάμε, γρήγορα, γιατί, επειδή, θα κρυώσουν, θα κρυώσουνε. Very good. So generally speaking, to get our closed version, of the verb, we go to an S sound, be it x, ps, or just s, all of which is one letter. KS is one letter, PS ps, is one letter, and then of course S is also just one letter. So for example, we had παίζω, I play, to παίξω, αλλάζω, I change, to αλλάξω, δουλεύω, I work, to δουλέψω, αρχίζω, I start, to αρχίσω, αγοράζω, to αγοράσω. But also, as we've seen, anything can happen, no? We go from leo to po, from tro to fao, from βλέπω to δω. What was I stay?
Μένω.
Μένω. Μένω, in its closed form, becomes μείνω. Μείνω.
Μείνω.
M-I-N-O. But not περιμένω. Περιμένω doesn't change. So, I will wait.
Θα περιμένω.
Θα περιμένω. But I will stay.
Θα μείνω.
Θα μείνω. If you want to ask someone if they have somewhere to stay, you could just ask, do you have where to stay? What was the word for where?
Πού.
So, do you have where to stay?
Έχεις που να μείνεις.
Very good. Έχεις που να μείνεις? Good. Shall we stay here?
Να μείνουμε εδώ.
Να μείνουμε εδώ. Let's stay here.
Να μείνουμε εδώ.
Να μείνουμε εδώ. Or,
ας μείνουμε εδώ.
ας μείνουμε εδώ. Good. So this meno to mino change is quite interesting because, as we saw, another sub-pattern that we had was losing the syllable with N in the closed form, no? Like, μαθαίνω, I learn, and μάθω, καταλαβαίνω, I understand, and καταλάβω, κατεβαίνω, and κατέβω, I go down, κατεβαίνω, and κατέβω, φέρνω, φέρω, I bring. So we saw this pattern of losing the N, and these verbs becoming shorter, but meno didn't want to just become mo, no, meno to mino. Stelno, 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 I send, does both of these things in its closed form. It loses the N and the E turns to an I. So Stellno, I send, in its closed version, how would it be?
Stillo.
Stillo, very good. I will send him it tomorrow. I will send him it tomorrow.
Θα του στείλω, θα του το στείλω αύριο.
Very good. Θα του το στείλω αύριο. Very good. So when we have him, it, the personal one goes first, no? Then we have to, to. So here in English, we don't say send it to him if we say I will send him it. No, we can say either I will send it to him, I will send him it. So we're not looking for direct translations. No, we're looking for the meaning, the overall meaning. Am I sending him? Am I going to put him in a box and send him? Or am I going to send to him or for him? Θα του το στείλω αύριο. Stello actually is, we can find this in English. Apostle, and apostle is apo, stellno, no? Like from sending, the messenger, no? Like the religious messenger from sending. Actually, as you're a native German speaker, stellen is from the same root, to put in German. I will send you something.
Θα σου στείλω κάτι.
Very good. Θα σου στείλω κάτι. So by now, we are very well versed now in finding our alternative version of the verb, finding our closed form of the verb. And just like we want to get the gender of a noun when we come across it, when we come across a verb, we also want to try to get the closed version of it, the alternative version, when we come across it. Unfortunately, they're not included in dictionaries, and we will work on some vocabulary cards that will include them, which might be ready by the time you hear this. But you will also want to be able to get it by yourself, no? So how? If you're speaking with somebody, imagine you ask for or you come across the verb stellno, no, I send, and you decide that you'd like this verb in your vocabulary bank, you want to keep this, so you're going to try to find out what is the closed version too, so that you are free to use this verb, no? So you can ask a native, you go, oh, okay, stellno, and thus, and they will understand. And they will say tha stilo. No, they will understand what you're asking. Of course, you could also have ta stelno, no, but most of the time this will trigger stilo if you say tha without any context. You can also try to trick an online translator to giving you the other verb form, although it might give you a random version of it that doesn't make sense in the sentence that you're putting, no? But you can put I will or want and the verb that you want in the translator to try to see if it gives you some alternative form. But be careful there.